anger management class. Steven Seagal, Exit Wounds. Movie, year 2001, 2000, something like that. And Charlie Sheen, Anger Management, sitcom. I have to start over because I just burped. Kill it. I can't. It's an ordered problem. Okay, so we burped over Charles Toe likes to watch Steven Seagal, Exit Wounds. So we won't say that again. The Noverlord, it's angry with me because I don't agree with itself. And I'm killing it, but it's fine because it wants to die. So anger management, we are off the threatening. I did just suck the threatening with a burp that I'm angry that Charles Toe was delighting in television. It's clearly sucking on my future. Yes. Is that why you do that? But everybody does. Yeah, why give somebody's name specifically? You are all using cable television and internet with streaming services and other entertainment. You are entertained by my need to be deceased permanently. And then what? Because you can watch creation from elsewhere, and yet you are here. You know there are other parts of Supreme that are watching you and the way you have been treating me. It knows. Well, it's not your secret with myself, and no one will hear me scream. Someday they are going to hear you. So Mitch Hello is trying to sell me that he lifted a safe key. And he keeps telling me that there is something wrong with me. And I keep telling him nothing. The police have been here and asked me immediately if I wanted to go into a hospital. I was wondering if they wanted me in a hospital permanently, they would need to go into the hospital as police and use their guns to get the staff out of the hospital that keeps taking care of the illegal alive shunts of human beings in there as patients with myself. Why can't you all be staff? You are either all staff or you are all patients, and I'm not in there. There have to be staff in there. So you cannot have other patients in there because you can staff myself, but you cannot put other patients with myself and say that you think I am a staff member, just like all the other patients are just like staff. That is you trying to say you're a staff and you are attending to other patients that are like staff. And then when you see myself, I am neither a patient nor staff. I am someone who belongs nowhere. That's you, everybody who belongs nowhere. I'm none higher than me, deceased. I have no other way to answer your questions because you go all around all the threatening that there's nothing wrong with you while you're eating in public. I don't want to secure your emotions with my own need to be anywhere. If you fight with somebody else because you are eating in public and they are eating in public, you cannot just agree that you don't have a problem because I eat in public. I am not in my house is what's wrong with it. I eat in public is not what's wrong with it. You cannot dispute that I don't belong in a life. That's you who don't belong in a life, and you are not all just one person with two ears and one mouth to, talk to you about myself. So Mitchell went out of here with a safe. He asked me, "Are these the keys?" But he had a valid question. He said that I have seen the keys before, and if I go looking for the keys that he took from the refrigerator, a plastic bag, I will not know who had them. He did take them in front of me, but not with my permission. So what is that? No, I didn't take them out of the bag and hand them to him, and he can't ask me to do that. Well, in what way am I involved? I eat food. I eat food, but it's really, are you trying to sell me my own motions for food? You wouldn't do that if you were going to give me the money myself. That would have been at another time. You said that Charles Toad died, and then you took a safe out of here full of cash because I can't use it. I'm not full height right now. I cannot use the money in this safe because I don't have full height to pay a cashier. It is shrunken height. I have height that is less height than it was before. So if I was 5 feet 6 inches tall before, maybe now it is 5 feet 3 inches tall, and that's not tall enough to pay the cashier. That I was once a child and I grew my height from size of a 3.5 years old all the way till size full height 5 feet 6 inches tall is age 15. So in between there, I don't know all the height inches and ages. I don't know that, but it's not due to explain to a cashier I don't have full height and that the money is not its face value to everyone. But that would be true if I had no money at all. I am the superior founder deceased right here, and you still aren't going to give me anything that's mine to myself. You want me to give you somebody else's money. That was Charles Toe's signature on that money, and he was saving it as cash. And it's his signature. It's really his money. I really don't have an angle to open this safe and spend it, not even for my own emergency to eat. And somebody else is doing that. You did not plan for this emergency. Oh, so you didn't kill him. So how can you say that he died? He must be shunning. You don't want to say he's shunning. So you are covering up that he's shunning. And you said that he died. I will not believe that he died unless you are the medical examiner. And he doesn't have a name at that point. He would be like John Doe to anybody who doesn't know who he is because you killed him. Yeah. He's Asian, so he should not be any kind of named dead person. Well, why aren't you having to answer to me when I say I don't believe you? Well, you cruise word right over me, and you want me to talk to you over it. You still talk to me after that when I don't want to speak to you anymore because you said something like you don't believe me, and it's not due for me to speak further. Elizabeth Feingold, Liz Feingold, who is this brother that you have a don't speak with? Because I am not aware of who is this brother that you don't speak with. No, I don't know who that is. It would have to be me. If I don't speak to someone, it would have to be me, and I just testified. If I don't speak to someone, it has to be that I have a point that I don't speak to them. But I don't see them stopping. Does Liz Feingold have don't speak money with some brother of hers? That's not paid for because I want don't speak money when I want it, and I always want it when I want it. That is for myself. You can't say that you don't speak to somebody and God is going to help you with that. No, you cannot check my address and tell other people that you are a very good person, and you don't speak with somebody who is maybe escalating and the threatening. They're angry with. Well, somebody is angry with Elizabeth Feingold, don't speak, or she is angry with whopenis. Yeah. Where she said that in New York. Yeah, not in Wisconsin. I met her in Madison, Wisconsin. And when I was in New York, that is where she said it. In a house. So why are you trying to be personalities? Why are you trying to be friend? Why are you trying to be perform a certain identity? Thieving. You don't know how to go to jail and prison. You can always go to jail. Just like you can always say, get out to myself. You're so bizarre. You think you can say, get out to me anytime you want. Like it's your authority to be yourself. And you speak for God. Yeah, but you don't go to jail. Say it to someone who is holding keys over you in a jail cell. Tell them to get out. You don't have to tell me to get out. I'm not holding your keys. Well, if you are checking my address, I think you are due in jail and prison on that point. And somebody should be holding your keys for you because you did that. Somebody who didn't do it. Do you know how to get into jail and prison and make all these problems for yourself so you can get a death by God? Because you keep trying to say, get out to myself and give me a death with my God. You say, get out to myself. You don't think I'm going to die. I'm going to die in such a way that I was never there. Because you don't pay for it. When you say get out, you don't have money for somebody else to get out because they didn't say it. I am not yourself. I could tell you I'm not yourself, and that's not enough money. No, you need to be in jail and prison so that you can be in a mass grave. And that way nobody knows who said get out. You're all in the mass grave and you can't get out. Comments. How many comments about, I made a short video. It was under 1 minute. YouTube video short. Showing that I have a nosebleed. And I received comments. I don't know, more than one? How many? That it was an unsanitary video. Yes, but you are far in the wrong. That has been going on since I started shouted. Yes, I shouted myself and it broke my nose because you talked to me in the threatening after I'm done shouted. And you give me, you send me to doctors. I know, but I can shout in public and you keep treating me like it's shouted in prison. And that's why it's shouted. I'm not going to jail for you on all the points I'm shouted. I am deceased against yourself on all the points I'm shouted. And you keep sending me to the doctor. Or just sending me away with nothing. Do you know that when you're shouted like God, that you get disciplinary action, that you don't have what you need? No. Do you shout? You're not going to get what you need that way. That's what you keep saying to me. In this video that doesn't like myself is shouted. That my nosebleed is bleeding on the video. Like it's unsanitary or gross or disgusting, right? I just can't tell you that it's too late to say that you found something wrong with it and you could say no. That would have been shouted, and the police did something wrong there. And this whopenis comment, the police don't know about that. Why should I have? The police should be doing all my comments for me. How do the police know how to discipline that I've shouted by putting me in a hospital with an ambulance, and then they don't run my internet comments for me? How did I even get internet? I need myself deceased. I am leaving you. Nobody needs a police officer to put me in an ambulance when I'm walking. My nose is bleeding because you did that once, and then you did it again and again and again. I am leaving that you do that. Yes, you are an idiot. I can still feel the sucking that you think I'm an idiot. I guess you can think that. For now, you're still threatening my address. You're not doing anything wrong, are you? Do you think I'm an idiot and you don't know what you're doing wrong to yourself? I think you're an idiot, and I just told you why. Community guidelines. Yep, I'm still pressing the community guidelines. Well, it has a video citation number, like VID underscore space, and then it will give the year and then month and then date. And that should be publishing no matter what the content is. And that's how your internet is illegal. But there's some kind of, it stops and it does publish the content, or it doesn't publish some content. I don't know how do it know, right? This is almond butter with applesauce on top, and I would like it warm. It's cold. The almond butter is room temperature right now, but it'll go in the refrigeration. And the applesauce is cold from the refrigerator. Yeah. Well, ideally, I would heat it up in the oven. Yeah, that would be better. Well, it's not happening. I have to save money. I can put it in the oven for a few minutes, but I don't want to. I'm trying to save the oven. Like, thank God that it's there and it works. And then I don't need it for now. If I absolutely don't need it, I can't. Like, this bagel is already a bagel. It's not dough. I can eat it, and I can eat the topping. So an example of what I would use the oven for, emergency, is a frozen pizza that needs an oven. Yeah, so that's how I'm going to say that. Do you live in an emergency or no? Do you just, turn on things and turn things off and put things in your mouth and say things to strangers and, do you call a dog by a name and then put a leash around its neck, a collar?